going back again into my religious bag. Did you grow up religious, Nick Tanner?
No, not really. No.
That's okay. I grew up in a 7-day Adventist home, and I won't blame you for not knowing what that is. That means we go to church on Saturdays.
Saturday?
Yeah. I played a lot of Bible video games because my mom was like, that's deviltry. But on Saturday, you could play the Lord's game. And some of them were terrible.
Okay.
Some of them were really terrible. Others, I never played this one. But this one, apparently, I'm going to play you a clip and tell me if this looks familiar.
Okay.
Now, this game is called Super 3D Noah's Ark. Wisdom Tree, which is a Christian faith video game developer, licensed a game and put some Jesus stank on it. Much like the Chex game. Did you guess what game it was?
No, I couldn't really notice that one, to be honest. It still looked like Doom, to be honest. Like, I don't know. It kind of did.
Well, from Jesus, we're taking a sharp left, and that was Wolfenstein. I tried to get the I'm sorry for the animal cruelty. I tried to get the least tried to get the least Nazi in it, but I was like, of all the games to reskin, and this is back in 96, 97, 98, Wolfenstein?
They might be onto something, though, because you have the cruel version, the very bad, do not play this version, and then you get the holy, friendlier Lord version. You feel me? Like, I feel like you got best of both worlds, or both worlds. So
Wisdom Tree took a typically violent game and made it non-violent. So it is an official licensed ID Software Wolfenstein 3D engine, but it was not licensed through Nintendo. So if you never saw it in video game stores, you're fine. It was mostly sold in Christian bookstores and whatnot. It was the same thing because we talked about another game that was like Noah's Ark. Not that one. I would have loved to play that one as a kid. And Escape from like Bethlehem or Jerusalem or something like that. And they were not like this at all. But you couldn't find it in like a Toys R Us or like a GameStop. We had to go to a specific Christian bookstore, and they would have games like that. What are your thoughts on that? Like Wolfenstein to Noah's Ark? I mean,
it's it is like left field, like out of here. Like it's so left field that like I wouldn't have put those two together to be a game. Like they literally look the same, but just like two different goals, which I'm okay with, like two very different goals. So I'm good. I honestly wanted to play the first one, the Noah's Ark.
I mean, it's super kid friendly, it's super PC, but I'm like, of all the subject things, and again, as when I was researching this, I was asking some of my friends, like, this is wild. And they were like, it's a different time. We live in a time now where I'm gonna sound like a boomer here. We live in a time now.
In my day.
We live in a time now where if you're like punch Nazis, which I don't think is a bad thing to say. People are like, you can't say that. Back then we had whole games. Like that was the tamest footage because they have the whole. I don't want to say too much, but they had the whole 9 yards, old boys photo, the symbol, the whole 9 yards, and you was
back in the day, they stretched it, and they got away with it. They a lot of times, man.
We were still on our patriotism shit, like World War II, like bro, that happened like 50 years ago. Pack it up, pack it up,
pack it up,
pack it up. It's like you hanging on to your quarterback glory, sir. That was in high school. You are 50 years old now. Pack it up.
Being 40 years old, worried about what you did at your high school football game is crazy comparison.
Pack it up. Pack it up. What are you talking about? I ran 60 yards. Yes, in the 20s. It is 2010 now. Pack it up, Granddad. I love you. Pack it up.
I threw the game-winning touchdown in the championship game. Grandpa, that was 50 years ago. Like, I'm hungry. Like.
Whew. Yo, this show today was something.
It was a good show. Oh yeah.
Honestly, I am still a little gobsmacked at the fact that you would take something like Wolfenstein. And I knew about Wolfenstein, the one that just came out like in 2018. And I knew that it had like Nazi imagery, but I'm like, maybe we're being edgy, but to me, again, I don't think that's a controversial thing to say to punch Nazis. I don't think that's controversial.
No.
But back in the day, to see that you guys are so brazen with it, and then for a completely, why would you, of all the games you could license, that's the game? I respect it, and I like what you did with it, but
it's
much like life, God will find a way.
every time. Every time.
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. Otherwise, we'll start posting spoilers about your favorite new movies.